The Selfless Sponsor Program was our first program for Selfless Solutions. So the organization of Selfless Solutions kind of was born around our sponsor program. Our sponsor program takes children from our nursery school here, which is Selfless Nursery School. We created about 5 years ago. The staff of the school goes out in the community here in Singisi Village, and after kids apply to the school, we do needs assessments and we select the kids that are most in need of the sponsorship. So the idea is every child that we bring in for baby class, we basically have 3 classes here: baby, middle, pre-unit, which in the United States is equivalent of the 2 preschool levels in kindergarten. The idea is that every child that comes through our doors in baby class becomes sponsored and goes to a private school upon graduation from here.
For me here. Yes, Kingston. Arrow. Very good. Good, better, bestie. Good, better, best.
Where I got involved in a nursery school project in August of 2018. That's when I first came to Tanzania. It was probably a month or 2 after that we actually hired the full-time staff, and we moved to our new location down the street here. And so, quickly after the success of that, we felt really good about the pre-primary school that we had built. But we shortly, realized, okay, well, now that, we have these kids here for 3 years for pre-primary, and they're getting a fabulous, education and a great experience. But what happens next? What about after they graduate and leave pre-primary? And the reality was they were going to go to the public school in the neighborhood here, which is just not in a great shape. So the kids that we serve, coming from the situations they come from, if we just let them continue on the status quo, we weren't going to change their lives, or the trajectory of their lives we weren't going to change. We weren't going to change their families' lives, trying to break them out of this cycle of poverty that's generation upon generation upon generation. So, quickly we realized we got to do something here, and the quickest and best solution that we came up to was we need to fund these kids to go to private schools, some of the best schools in Arusha. So that's when we started the sponsor program. That was January 2019. We had our first class. January is when the school year here starts.
Our sponsor program started with 9 kids in 2019, and now we have 132 kids in school. Apart from that, we had challenges before, like kids were failing to attend school, and we decided to do a research, why are the kids not attending school? And we came up with the reasons. One of the major one was the kids were getting sick very often, and this is why we decided to come up with the health insurance thing, to make sure that the kids don't have to miss school because they get sick and the parents can take them to the hospital. And because of that, now almost 90% of the kids do attend to school all the school days. Apart from that, we had a group of 12 kids who sat for the national exam last year. That was a grade 4 national exam, and all of them passed well, so we're proud of that success. And now our oldest child is in grade 6, so by next year we're going to have a first child who will be sitting for their grade 7 national exam, and hopefully they're going to do well.
So we're at the Selfless Nursery School, and I got to meet little Victor over there, play some soccer. He even got a little gash on his head right there, but we got to walk him home. I got to meet his family, I got to see his home, and just hear about their family situation. And when there was an opportunity that they were looking to get Victor sponsored so he can go to private school, so that he can get lunch for free, so that he can get health insurance, so that he can get school equipment, I felt it in my heart. I just jumped on it right away. And when they told me how much it costs, it's less than a cup of coffee a day in America. And so for me, it was a no-brainer, and I'll be able to get to see Victor go to school, grow up, get big and strong, and just do great things for the community here.
This is Maureen's grandmother. Maureen is one of our sponsored child. She's now in grade 2 at Blue Sky Primary School. So like around last year on October, we had a case where Maureen broke her arm when she was playing at school. And then she had to go through a surgery to make sure that the arm joined. And they had to put a metal plate. And this could cost around 600 to 700,000 T shillings. But because of the health insurance, everything was fully paid and the parents didn't have to incur extra cost for her to get fully healed. We are also planning to do some programs such as coaching and provision of adolescent education to the kids, because we have realized most of our kids will be turning 13 to 14 years old by next year. Also, we have extensive home visits to the parents, whereby we cross-check what is happening within the families. We had some issues whereby some of the parents were alcoholics, so we always make a follow-up to make sure that the child has food and they're also safe at home.
Yaani kwa kweli ufadhili umenisaidia sana mimi kama mimi, kwa sababu kama alivyovunjika mkono kweli nisingeweza kumpa huduma. Huduma ilikuwa kubwa sana, pesa nyingi. Kwa hiyo ufadhili umenisaidia sana.
So again, from the time they come in here and they're around 2 years old until they graduate from high school, and then from there we're going to do our best to place them in either university or vocational training programs or help them find a job. And then from that point on, we expect them to be, from all we've given them, they're going to be self-reliant, so they'll be able to take care of themselves and their family moving forward. If you're interested in sponsoring a child, go to our website, www.selflesssolutions.org. We have a page there that's dedicated to sponsoring a child. There you'll see all the information on what the costs are, what sponsored children receives, and there's a form right there you can sign up. Obviously, if you have more questions, there's an email address there or a contact form. You can send us a message and we'll get back to you, and we can even jump on a video call and talk more about it if that'll make you more comfortable before you actually make the transaction.